Was the screen all gafunked this time? Good. Was the screen all gafunked this time? Good. Now it's id. That's what was wrong there. Hopefully we can see the whole screen now. So yeah, I'm building a fast ship. Its sole purpose is to be fast. This ship is bringing back who now is? To legendary nuclear power plant. That's what was wrong there. Hopefully we can see the whole screen now. Need this new ship fast. Now, is it going to be fast? Can only hope. This is the plan. We need this to be super fast because the planet that I've just built up, I need to bring over 100 tungsten plates a second from Vulcanus to Hyarion. Why am I on this? Go to Hyarion. Planet. I've got no pumps on now. Kidding me. There's only 16 available. Okay. Make some. Surely we have steel. We definitely do. We're just waiting for it. Got our legendary nuclear power plants. Okay, this one is for the thruster. B side. Thrust. Advanced thruster. Carbon cows. Needs to be the advanced one. Needs to be the advanced one. This. We're probably going to need some beacons here, so put some down. Does Nalvis have a productivity module? Should have. Prod. Got 21 legendary. Speed. Got 1,200. Where have we stopped? Got no eggs. Got no eggs because there's blues on the bed. There are blues on the bed. Walk. There are blues on my belt. This is outputting blues. Where the fuck are them eggs just gone? They gone in here. Yeah, there's 10 eggs in. We've got lasers here, so when they hatch it shouldn't really matter. Jesus, God knows how long that's been blocked. Forever, probably. We're going to need some legendary solar panels just to get this. Be free. Sorry. Oh, there's only 21, not enough to fill a rocket. That is annoying. We're gonna have to fly to Nalvis. This is my bot planet. This whole planet is running off bots. Well, there is small clusters production together, but everything is being dealt by bots. There is 7,000 bots working on this planet. And this is making 58.6, close to 60 a second. This is a real good challenge, this planet, this Paracelsin. I would recommend this to anybody. It's very tricky. It brings him some cool new machines. Vesta, this is my favourite planet. This is a mix of Nalvis and Gleba. You have to grow algae to make stuff. This is doing 60 a second. 3,600 a minute. 58.8. Close enough. Arig. This is what I've been working on. This is 3.18. Igrys. This was a cool planet. This was easy, but still fun. This is 3.41 a second. You harvest copper directly from the atmosphere, but only at night. So you have to make like double what you need to account for the day-night cycle. Store it in something that can store a lot and get a lot out fast. So I decided to use trains. This was a cool planet. Hyarion. This is the one I'm working on at the minute. This is really involved, this planet. 60 a second of this science. Some crazy inputs. Needs 109 a second of these lasers, which needs steel, polished quartz, heavy glass. Heavy glass has to come from Arig. Which is this little setup here, making 85 heavy glass a second, but it needs 117 tungsten plates a second. I don't even know if it's going to be possible for us to transport that amount between Vulcanus and here, but that's the only thing stopping this Hyarion science from running. So that's what we're trying to achieve. That's why we're building this fast ship. Ice. This doesn't need ice, so this needs moving over. Needs calcite. Gonna go straight on the belt. This reaching over. This needs to be water. So this needs ice from here. Make water. This water needs to go up and over and into here. And to here. Do it like this. So we need some prod mod freeze. We don't have enough to fill a rocket. Should have these coming. Got 28 we can launch up. We'll have to do it manually though because it's not enough to fill a rocket, so. This is my legendary setup doing the LDS shuffle. Making everything legendary that we need for all the ships and everything. This is really good. This is exactly the same as what I've got on Canis. I literally copy pasted it. So we can build ships in orbit either at Nauvis or Vulcanus now. Vulcanus. Okay, so everything needs prod mods. Not 2s, 3s. I've no idea how much we need to make. This is 13 a second water. This needs 38 a second. No, it doesn't. Makes 595 a second. Needs 438. Need 190, so we probably need more. I mean, let's just make as much of that as we can. Where does that iron come? Iron comes from here. Getting ice. Calcite needs to come back up and loop into these. So we need to do a splitter. Quarry rock. Right. Right, this is already going to get calcite off this belt. Carbon's coming direct from there. Sulfur gets output onto there. Anything else that comes out can go straight through. These asteroids will always be on the top because of the way the belt works. These don't want to be legendary. Normal. I've no idea how much these consume. Consumes thrust of 300 a second. That's when it's flat out. 1, 2, 10. That's a full pipe. 1, 2, 7. No way we're making anywhere near that. But that's more than a pipe can handle, so we may need to do 2 pipes. One for one half, one for the other. Making consumes the same amount of thrust of fuel. Maybe a problem. Let's move this over. that. This over. Yeah, this is going to need to be 2 pipes. As is that. Means we need to split. I think we can probably sacrifice that. We don't actually need these. Center lamp, but one. Five, 6. So it's a 9 and an 8. These pumps are going to have to go here. And that's not going to work. Enable. Yeah, we'll change that speed when it comes to it. Way more water than what. We need another one of these. Go there. Still 6,000. This is the thruster that we need over there. Need more water, so if we do that. A lot of water. Okay, that doesn't need to be there. It needs to be there. That's 7,000. That's more than a. That's way more than what we need. So This is going to output calcite directly into that. Really do with this between those. Cut that. That's to there. That's it. This needs to input the carbon directly in. Needs to go over more. I like that. Doesn't need anything from that. Getting the carbon from there. Calcite's going to be done right in. So this. We can this in between. The ice. This needs to be needs to pass through. I don't know why I've got legendary belts. I'm obviously making legendary belts somewhere. The f I'm making legendary belts. I'll do it. But we've got legendary belts. This needs ice. Needs to direct. Needs to input the carbon direct in. Needs to output sulfur. Carbon. This is the calcite. This needs calcite. Anything gets by, we can probably send to the outside and dump. This needs ice from here. That's the only thing we need ice for, so this really output the ice. Do that. So you only output this. calcite's going to be on the outside. So we could probably do that. Calcite's going to be right side. This should be able to put the ice left side. On the inside. That way this can just stack up. Only problem is this needs to get in here. So this wants to right. This wants right. This is to get in the carbon from. And this needs iron. Needs two outputs. Somehow. We're moving all this down. All of this up. Exactly where it was before, but just thought of something. Nice, that's half a pipe for each side. This now needs. So this goes to them. And then this way, so it's 1, 2, 3. This one goes into here, and then this way, so. Now we need to do something. This. Dealing with 1, 2. Come in. Here. I mean, that should work anyway. These are joining together. That's not good. Can't clear a pipe up here. Fuck. How are we going to solve that? We do need to go up one. Bad design. Need one more tile in the middle. Two tiles so we can separate it. Okay, well, it's an easy-ish fix. Okay, this needs to go there. Need to come over there. These need to put the expended nuclear fuel things back in there. Let's request 20. Seems really simple. I don't know what I'm missing. I know we need iron. This is going to have to deal with the iron. Doesn't need to be advanced because I'm not planning on having any rocket systems or anything. So this comes in, comes out. It's 17 ice cubes a second, so it's better if we... Calcite should always end up on the inside. This then needs to complete the loop. Needs to throw iron away, pretty much straight away. Enable if iron on the belt is greater than, I don't know, 100. This is getting affected by them. Needs 3 a second, making 369. Needs to throw sulfur away. Just get rid of it. It doesn't even need a circuit condition. Not going to use it. This is just going to be an what's to call it? An inner circle fucking thing. This needs to be set. And okay, we're going to need to limit the amount of asteroids that are going in on this belt. We need to do that with circuit logic, but I have just been throwing everything away that we don't need. I've been letting these pump out at full speed and then just saying we only want 100 on the belt each. So you can be set to phallic. You can be set to carbonic. We set to ice. That with we'll just try with, I don't know, 100 of each. You enable this is greater than 100. You enable if carbonic greater than 100. You enable if ice greater than. This does have water. The iron's getting thrown away. These lasers should be more than enough to keep this ship safe. If not, then we can slam another row in there. Please have water. It's just like an emergency backup of power. Not enough to run the lasers, but this seems a bit too basic. But I mean, we're making, this says we can make 6,000 of that and only 4,000 of that. That's because this hasn't got prod mods. $6,000 and $7,000. This is being affected by those. Right, I'm hoping this is going to be quick. Let's set this to, I don't know, 300. I would like to get to 400. These need moving over. Okay, this got full thrust on the left. More oxidizer on the right. Would be nice to have some storage tanks down here so we can see what's going on. That needs one. That needs one. That needs one. That needs. These are working. I'm going to let these fill up a bit just by what they're collecting in space, and then we'll go on a test run. I mean, we are going to be throwing the copper away, so we can make bullets or rockets if we need to, because we're throwing sulfur away. If this carbon backs up, we don't care, because the only thing we need it for is the carbon for the thruster oxidizers. We need some water for the nuclear power plant, otherwise we ain't going anywhere fast. Fast. Are you going to be fast? These are legendary thrusters. Should be fucking fast. We don't want to go towards Volcanus, that's too hot. Let's go towards Gleba. Let's see if we can set off towards Gleba. Let's save it first. Fast test. If we die, then obviously we'll restart it. Fast. Let's go to Gleba. Well, I've got this limited to 300. And it goes stupid fast. That with. If any iron gets to here, this needs. Oh, this is saying this has got steam in it. Because of this. Now this has got because of this. Right, what's happening? Why is this jammed? Because the calcite's trying to get through. Okay, we need to do a different approach. That. This needs to have a filter for calcite. Any calcite that gets through can just go. Says we're slightly short on water. Alright, we stopped at Cleaver. Go back to testing. Right, it shoots straight up to 484. This shouldn't be working because we're not collected. I mean, we're doing 500 kilometers a second. Yeah, it's a little bit too fast. "500 kilometers a second is a little bit too fast." I think we need to make some basic ammo. I mean, we've got oodles of iron left over. We could have some rockets. We could have some yeah. Make some iron. What am I looking for? We don't want a foundry, although we are making loads of calcite. Might as well. Do we have normal foundries on now, this? No, but I bet we have legendary ones. Right, let's stop it now. Sort this. I don't think we need to prod mod these at all because we're going to be making that much iron. Going to come flying through it. So let's put this straight into assembler. Legendary. Don't want to. You want to be the basic. Make 4 million a second. This can then come on an outside belt. Making legendary rockets on legendary gun turrets here. Should be. Legendary gun turret. These can chain. This. Chain. I mean, it's only basic ammo, but... Oh, what? What do you need? You need to do that. This we can put. Making 9, this needs 3, so we probably don't need to put. Making 10 a second needs 43, so we can put some 2 of them, 2 of them. That's 40. This is an insane amount of ammo. More than we'll ever churn through. So let's give it a go. We should be at 300. Read the speed. These should only be working if the speed is less than 300. Let everything shoot at everything. Damn, that's fast. It's living up to its name. Right, let's set this to 350 then. See if it can handle that. We know it can do a lot faster. Need to enable this to 1. This needs to be set. We need to connect this to that. So you only input when the temperature less than, I don't know, 600. This is good. That's 350. Let's crank it to 400. These legendary lasers are fucking awesome. They just make mincemeat out of everything. Power, we're only scratching the surface of what we can use. This might actually work, you know. We might actually be able to get from Vulcanus to Arig in a decent amount of time. Let's set it to 450. Ice is going to be a problem. This is keeping everything on the belt at 100. Everything's full. Full. Not. This is. Could join these together. But these pipes have a real problem outputting more than 3,000. And this is maxing out at about 420. We need to add the fuel interrupt. This means when fuel cells get to a certain level. I mean, this is constant, so these are going to have time to build up. These should have time. It's all full in there. These should be filling up. Why is this one? Because it's just not letting anything through. I mean, it looked like we were going to be capped. And just to turn it off. Turn them all off. It looked like with the weight of the ship we were going to be capped around this 420. It doesn't look like we're going any faster. Stopping that getting through serves no purpose. Joining them together was a bad idea. Yeah, this is like the max we can get out of this ship with the thrusters that we've got. 420. That's fast. Not as fast as I was hoping. I mean, we could keep this limit. Let's stop when we get to Navis. I had no idea. Stop when we get to Gleba. I had no idea to make this just a fraction slimmer. I wonder if we knocked one off each end. Because it's based on the ship width, isn't it? Just knocked one off each end. It would go quicker. Because these are legendary thrusters. Alright, let's try. $484, nearly 500 kilometers a second we're going now. 504 kilometers a second. Holy fuck, that is fast. Now it's coming back down. Let's come back down because thruster oxidizer is slightly low, but it's full air. This one is doing 1.7. This is right, let's stop when we get to Navis. I want to try the V-shaped thruster design. because it requires a lot less pipes. Tempted to pop this middle one out. Right, let's pop the middle one out. This is our center between these two tiles. We do actually need a center one. Let's try this. This is making the shit wider. We don't really need that. This can do that. That means we can shave off all that. That. Probably that as well. Okay, right, let's delete all of this junk. Try and figure out how we're going to do this. So we need half and half really. Because we want 3,000-ish in a pipe, so... Could just try, literally just try this. So this will cascade all the way down, but this needs to be drip fed in the end. So really, this one's thruster cannot be flipped. That'll cascade all the way down. I'll cascade all the way down. Well, we need to split it. Split it into 2 banks of 3. I don't even think it's possible. That's going to cascade all the way. This then needs to go into there. That going to cascade down. This one. Could bring this up a lot. We move these. And we have lost a thruster, but we've just separated it now, so it's exactly Half a pipe to each. A pipe to each side. Each one of these needs 300 a second, and we've got 6. 18, 6, 3, 6 is a 6, 12, 18, 18, 19, 3, 6. We could probably do it with one pipe, but I don't know. Let's just give it a test run, see how fast it goes. We are narrower. The initial speed is always going to be more. About 435. I want it faster. $50-ish. I wanted to get closer to 500 kilometers a second. 450. I think it's just this little bit of pipe here making the ship wider. I mean, we can creep these in a little bit. Let's stop at Gleba. Got one, 2 tiles. We bring all this in a bit. That's literally as close as we can get them. Off center a bit, but saved a tile this side. Still has to stick out here. Don't know whether this actually makes a difference. I think it's based just on the width. See. I don't think that can jump there actually, does it? It needs physical platforms. We could crunch this rod. But honestly, I think it's based on the width. Let's go to Fulgora. That'll be a good test. I'd have thought. We can. Could have two banks of thrusters and let this one deal with a whole side. Right, go back to Navis. No idea if this is going to work, but we're in the testing phase. Bots. Everything's working perfect. This is where we were. This is what I'm building this ship for. We need to transport 120. 120 tungsten plates a second to this planet. Okay, you can't do it. I was hoping to like stack the thrusters. Google some fast ships. Factorio fast base platform. They're just narrow, aren't they? I know this guy, Dylan Savinda. He's a member of the Anno Facebook group. So that idea didn't work. The only other option is to try some more thrusters and see if it helps. I don't think it will. I really want a 500 kilometer a second ship. Right, it won't be able to get to Aquilo, but now Vesta Fulgora is the biggest run we can do. Probably Igrys. Go to Igrys. Made it worse. Adding the extra width has not helped. What about if we shrink the whole width? Everything. Like, scrunch it all in. We even put that there? No, because it's going to interfere with this. Could go there. Go like this can go. Get that over. That one. Okay. Or just two of these. This is going to need to be up here. on this. Needs to be further over. Go over one more. This is outside. Wow, that's shrunk a lot. This is all in line with that now. This is the furthest point there, so kind of. I mean, see what happens. Same again. Shoots up to 470 and then drops down to 420. So what if we knock 2 thrusters off a side? Same again. Up to 470. Down to 420. So it's purely width based. That means we need to knock off one of these each side and another thruster. I mean, it's more stable at 460 now. Not drop down to 420. This is good. Definitely better. Stable at 460. That is going to be good enough. Right, let's go to Vulcanus. Want to time how long it takes to get to Vulcanus, from Vulcanus to Arig. How many tungsten plates do we have on it? 2,000. What the? Okay, yeah, we fucked up. Fucked up. I fucked up. But we will get to Vulcanus. And we'll be able to repair ourselves. So I don't think we have legendary belts. We do have not. Could be receiving all. So yeah, this needs iron. Needs iron. Didn't really need to move this. Probably go back to do this. Needs to let some iron through. So this wants to make our normal bullets. Making 40, this 12, so definitely. I think we did 2 of them. 2 of them. Iron. Use to these bullets. And then need to. Excuse me. Right, a stable 460 kilometers a second is pretty fucking good. Good. Pretty good. Now these have lost their circuit to a belt. Probably be one there. There should be enough room on the belt to hold 150 of each because we're only using one lane of the belt. No ice on there because we're at Vulcanus. Okay, go. Vulcanus to Arig. Just stop watching. We want to pick up some tungsten plates because we want to see how long it takes to drop some. Let's pick up 1,000. These are a rocket size of 250. If I want to pick up 100 a second, times 60 for a minute. Let's say it takes 1 minute. 1,000 divided by 250. That's 24 rocket silos if I want to launch them all in one go. It's going to take longer than a minute. Get Vulcanus and back. It's going to be 2. That's a lot of rocket parts. Cool looking ship. Skinny. Bastard. Okay, is that 1,000? Let's just want to go to leave it up here so it doesn't get deleted. See how long it takes to get to Arig, blast those off, and then get back. Need to set a request at Arig for it. Lights. We can do it in a minute. Or even a minute and a half. Got to take the time it takes the rockets to get up, which is at least a minute for them. So we'll add a minute on. Okay. It was just over a minute, so let's call it a minute and 10 seconds. So 120 a second times by 70 seconds is 8,400 divided by 250 per rocket. 33 rockets if we want to blast them all off in one go. But we think we've got to add another minute on. So let's say 2 minutes. So 120 a second times by seconds for a minute times 2. 60 rocket silos. I can build 60 rocket silos. This is an endgame project. But that means I'm going to need 60 rocket silos worth of rocket parts every 2 minutes. See the problem? It escalates very quickly. The ship is very well designed though now. We have created a very, very fast ship. 450 kilometers a second. Cruising speed of 440. 60. Legendary gun turrets are bonkers. Lasers are even better. Power is fun. Okay, well, let's remove the request for this tungsten. Arig has its tungsten. Waiting for the pass. Don't tell me we haven't got any fucking... Okay. What done? What is deleted? $120 a second is a full side of a stacked belt. This is going to need to be something. Okay, I'm on now this. Sense. Right, let's get this fast ship. Come to pick me up. Where are these blues going? Now this is obsolete. I was thinking of making the blues on here and then shipping them over to Hyarion, but we've cancelled. We've changed that, so this setup needs deleting. Wow, this is now this already. This thing is fast. Like. Fast. Right, how much does a legendary rocket on Vulcanus? I mean, these are speeded, these are not full prodded, so probably not the best place to look. Where else do we have the Arig? These are not legendary, these are normal. So a normal rocket creates 1 rocket part every 6 seconds. That's not fast enough. Yeah, it will be. So if that creates a rocket part every 6 seconds, we only need to make a rocket every 2 minutes. Second is 120 divided by 6. 6 seconds divided by 120. 0.05. So let's say that's 2.2 times. And he's 0.01 of each of them per rocket. A minute. And he needs to make 1 rocket. That's making 6.428 a second. We only need to make 1 every 2 minutes. So it's not that many. 1 every 2 minutes is how many a second? 120. That's 120 seconds in 2 minutes. So 1 divided by 120. My brain can't work that out. I can't work. Fast. To Arig, please. It's going to be a lot of rockets, but the rocket parts might not be too bad. Anybody there? Are we speaking to myself for 2 hours? Yeah, 120 a second, these coming out here. This needs to be fast. Gonna have to do something. Outputs on the right. Outputs on the right. Right, let's cheat. Let's put a load of tungsten plates in here. Let's put some tungsten plate. Let's put 6,000 in. What was it? 120 seconds times by, we said 2 minutes. 1,000. What about 250 rockets? 6 rockets. Got space for another like 5,000. See, let's watch this. chew through this insane amount of tungsten. It's filling the stack belt. Filling half a side of a stack belt, which is 120. Glass isn't keeping up. $39 glass. Making 86. Why wasn't the glass key? Or needs to be stacked, doesn't it? 39 is more than half of a turbo belt, so these need to be stacked. This is a crazy project. I don't know why they made the consumption for this so high. I mean, suppose they didn't think that anybody was going to want to make 60 a second out of this. Not much you can do with a song. The whole point of my project is make a 60 a second build of everything. I've then got to ship this from here to Hyarion fast. So we need another one of them fast ships. Fast 2. I'm going to use this ship now for all of my inner reach collection. I'm going to have to change the design quite a lot to get to it. So, Hyarion is a pain. Solar power, but problem I've got with the one going between Arig and Vulcanus that I need to have a constant supply of uranium fuel cells to Vulcanus. I don't want it now Vesta refuel fast. Two. This kilosong. Project. And you just need more ships. These are all full. Dude. Got 24,000. I don't know what space we're at. But it's requesting 24,000. How slow it is. We definitely need a fast version of this. I don't know where I'm making the rocket. So we're making rocket fuel. Got 9,500 blues and 2.3 thousand LDS. Can you use legendary? Can you use legendary rocket? I wonder. Rockets, so we need 3 times that to keep up with the amount of tungsten that we want to ship from Vulcanus. So it's not a massive bay. Rocket parts on Vulcanus are pretty much free. Everything's free on Vulcan. My Navi space. Everything's at 60 a second. 2. 1. 60. 60. Yeah. Everything's at 60 a second, so 3,600 a minute. Times by all of the basic sciences. One, two, three, four, 6. We can build these ships pretty fucking quick. This legendary iron ship is just flying around making... Oh dear. Was flying around making legendary iron. Now it's stuck. I need to tell this not to pick any coal up. Legendary coal. Only do it if there's less than 5,000. Right, what's going on here? I set circuits to avoid this. These should all be shut off. Oh, right, let's stop you at Navis. Yeah, we can build these ships pretty fucking quick. Pretty goddamn quick. That's took like no time. Anything we need to bring in is from Vulcanus. The Vulcanus ship needs to pick up 2 more of these. Drop these at Navis. What's happened to the... What is this? It's happened before. We need for there to be a way to unclog this shit. Oh, I don't think this helps. This is trying to output everything that's blue that way. Just gonna go round and round in circles forever. We do have an exit belt. We have an exit belt here. So we could say, what's most on this? So we haven't got many of the iron one. Not many of the carbonic. We're looking at the wrong section. Needs to be wide to this one. Only 30 or so carbonic. Not an awful lot of everything. Not a lot. Just a lot of all of it. I think we need to stack all of these need to be legendary. And we need to get out of jail free, namely what? Oh. Condition says if it's equal to or less than 189 given output tick, then go to goes for the. This should only work if there's a tick. These are disabled. Carbonic ones it won't. I think we found a bug. So these are disabled. These shouldn't be outputting anymore. Probably have done it to this as well. Do it as well. Let's output of this. You say if the carbonic tick. So enable if there is a tick. That. Paste it on line. View only work. There's a tick. View work tick. That means now if there's more than 150 carbonic asteroids on here, then these will stop working. Means the normal ice and that'll just cycle about thrown away. There's more than 150. Oh. This needs a way to throw stuff away as well. Legendary calcite, not really using for anything. Throwing it away if there's more than 25,000. This, I think we can use this as a filter for This, rare. This, rare. This. Need a way of getting it there and out there. I can probably. Right. That. Could do that. Could just do this. Enable this if that's greater than 30. This filter. Rare ice. Copy this. Change this to rare carbon. Say carbon is greater than 30. We output it. This. Change this. Alec. And we go up onto the output. So if this gets more than 150 carbonic asteroids on here, all of these will stop. This is set to output anyway. Anything we've got a problem now is this. Need a way to bin this when it gets to, which is going to be a pain. Have this. This is free, but this has got nowhere to go around because this is clogged. Can't physically get any more blues around. Didn't give myself much room to sort out all of it. This is freeing itself up slowly. Let's change this to 20. Still need a way to free this up. I think I'm just going to have to delete a section of this belt. Put it back in. And now this should control it all. These should always be outputting. I'm going to output mostly rare, but should be outputting a lot of epic as well. I should have done these loops bigger with 2 inputs and 2 outputs. The legendary ones should have come on their own belt. These 3. I've got 2 ice ones. See the cap. I don't need a legendary calcite for anything. I'm not requesting it. Canis doesn't need legendary calcite. Does use that for the legendary stone, which we legendary concrete. Okay, it makes sense now. So we do need a legendary calcite, but not a lot. It's set to enable if there's less than 1,000. Legendary calcite needs somewhere to go. Could probably use this. Tell this to pick up legendary calcite always. This is clogged up now. This is saying we only want 5,000 legendary coal in there. So if this backs up, we want to get rid of it. We'll enable this if there's more than 5,000 legendary coal. Right, that's kind of worked. Everything's moving. This is full. These are disabled because this has still got loads to go to free up, so it's good. Anything else now that gets collected will just be going straight out. So this can carry on its little way. Should just be roaming around the atmosphere, just getting rid of stuff. So this should just be constantly throwing stuff away soon. Doesn't want to be legendary calcite. This wants to be normal calcite, I think. So it should be getting thrown away here. None of these can output anything. Which means none of this is ever going to change and get put through there. So need an output for this as well. about. Sorry about that. Right, I am, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go. I've got to sort stuff out for work. That was my boss. I've got to ring around, sort some stuff out for work tomorrow, but yeah, I do need a way of getting this out. I was just thinking if I can get this on there. I'll set this legendary calcite. Thinking maybe that. Everything else, bring it down here. Do that. Get this on the spoil belt. Then do that. So enable if this is greater than 50. Get it to chuck everything off. Oh yeah. What are we doing tomorrow? Fishing? Okay. Nothing. Moose Man's rang me up, he wants a labourer. I was going to send Harry with him, he could have come with me, but I don't really need anybody to be honest, so I can probably get on my own.
Get out of it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
Alright brother, I'll speak to you later. Right. Right. Faster. I'm reckoning 150 is a big number. Change it to 120. And let's put one on it. Let's use a filter. See you. Let's connect you. To this. Change you to the ice. Filter for the ice. Right, these can now be removed from this shenanigans. Let's do one for carbon. You. Maybe we do carbon. I'm all at 100. That should fix it. These have got no reason to throw anything off. Everything can come round. These are going to input lesson. Connected to this. Okay, well let's fix that. Fast 2 should be built. No, because the Vulcanus one ship still has the power plants, which we need to drop off. Fast chilling at Arig. Fast 2 is built. Apart from the nuclear power plants. So, when Vulcanus 1 turns around and heads back to Nalvis, I'll put those to drop off. You know what, let's just request them. Let's constantly request 2. Legendary VPs. What are we doing for nuclear fuel? Million and everything backed up. Nuclear power is stupidly overpowerful in this game. I'm running about 10 ships off it, the whole of Nalvis, and I've got this one thing. Everything's backed up. Nothing ever moves hardly. Kind of crazy. Right, anyway guys, I need to get off. Thank you very much. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys again in the next one.